Hey guys, my name is Tom Kelly. I am the founder of the BeeSafe Organic Lawn Care Network, and I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes to learn a little bit more about what we do here at BeeSafe. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a presentation. We'll consider it really an informal presentation. I'm going to go as quick as I possibly can to get you as much information about the BeeSafe Organic Lawn Care Network as I possibly can in as short a time period as possible. So, what we're going to try to accomplish today over this quick little session is to identify a couple of things that will really help you decide as to whether or not becoming a member of the BeeSafe network is something you're interested in actually pursuing a little bit further. And if you've come this far, you're actually in an area that we've decided to recruit a BeeSafe organic lawn care applicator, and hopefully it's something you'll take a good look at. So. Over the next couple of minutes, we'll discuss who BeeSafe is. We'll talk a little bit about the BeeSafe network. Spend a little bit of time talking about the products and the systems that go along with the organic lawn care program. We'll talk about what's in it for you. There's an investment to get involved with the BeeSafe network, and we'll discuss a little bit some of the next steps involved with the process. Again, my name is Tom Kelly. I'm the Vice President of Natural Technologies Incorporated. I'm the founder of the BeeSafe Organic Lawn Care Network. And I'm glad you can spend some time with me today. So let's start by talking about something that I think is pretty cool. Entrepreneur Magazine. All of you have heard of Entrepreneur Magazine. This summer, over the summer of 2013, BeeSafe and myself was named as one of the industry disruptors, or named an industry disruptor in Entrepreneur's Industry Disruptors edition. They do an edition, a magazine once a year that really goes into some of the companies doing some things that kind of think outside the box from within their industry and have been relatively successful doing it. And they approached me about doing an article about BeeSafe, and of course I was pretty psyched to do it because, you know, it gives us a little bit, it kind of shines a spotlight on some of the things we've been able to do over the previous couple of years. And if you want to take a look at it or read the article, I think if you just Google Entrepreneur Magazine and Disruptors of 2013, you'll be able to find it. A couple of customers or a couple of accounts that we work with that have kind of also given us a good deal of credibility, or you know, help us kind of portray an image of success, which will then, of course, help you portray an image of success if you become a member of the network. Some pretty hard-hitting customers here. We work directly with Harvard University. Harvard converted the care of their grounds to completely organic several years ago, and they use some of our products. We go down there a couple times a year and get the tour of the facility and talk to the groundskeepers about how they're doing. They're really excited about the BeeSafe products. Universal Studios down in Florida is another big account for us because we take care of all of the turf down there. And a lot of times people or companies or consumers in the South dealing with warm season turf grasses are a little bit skeptical when it comes to organics. And at Universal Studios in Orlando, you know, you can't get really much more south than that. Wayne Prudhomme deals with a lot of Bermuda grass, a lot of St. Augustine grass, and the entire park, all the turf in the park is taken care of with BeeSafe products. And then one account we've worked really closely with this year is the Portland Sea Dogs up in Portland, Maine. They're the AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, and Hadlock Stadium, to the best of our knowledge, is the only stadium in the country that's treated completely organically. We don't use any chemicals up there at all. We don't use any pesticides or chemical fertilizers. The turf that the Portland Sea Dogs play on is completely organic. So we've done pretty good up there too. Let's talk a little bit about who BeeSafe is. BeeSafe recruits lawn and landscape companies to become what we call certified BeeSafe applicators. At this point, we have about 70 locations around the country in 31 states, and hopefully by the end of 2013, we'll be up over 100. That's our goal. We often think of organic lawn care as being something that only a small group of people might be interested in, that Whole Foods type clientele. And we found, since we started doing this, that that's definitely not the case. Organic lawn care reaches a demographic that's not just that earthy, crunchy type person, not just the millennials. It's really for everyone who really wants to have a nice lawn. Even that guy right there, that guy who you all know who he is. He's every company across the country has one of those guys. You know, the old guy who cuts his lawn with a scissors has to be perfect. We've been able to figure out a way to create healthy, nice turf that's on par with any chemical program you'll ever find, and you can advertise to them too. So the big question is, why haven't any of the national brands begun to participate in the organic lawn care movement? Well, we've kind of been able to determine that if they decided they were going to do a complete 360 with what they're doing, it would essentially incriminate everything they've done to this point. So we're in a real good spot because some of those big companies aren't going to be able to take advantage of the trends in the country and the consumer trends that we've seen develop over the last few years. If they do, they're, as I said, incriminating everything they've done you know, in the past. So again, why haven't the big players jumped into organics? Exactly because of that. So we know those big players, the True Green, Scott's, the Lawn Doctor, Weedman, Spring Green, and even some of the mid-sized companies around the country, including one that I used to own called Lawn Dog. Lawn Dog services you know, close to 30,000 customers in the Northeast, and we did pretty well with that. But we certainly were not organic, and they're not organic now. And we're going to do the best we can here at BeeSafe to fit right into that niche. We see a perfect and a business opportunity that we're going to go after, and hopefully we'll be able to work with companies like you guys to be able to do it. Again, the industry made up of these particular companies. We see ourselves being a polar opposite of those big corporate companies, and we think we can capitalize on this success. They're dinosaurs. They're unable to change. Hopefully at some point we can help them become extinct. So we've got a couple of different programs that we typically work with. You know, there's actually lots of different programs in terms of product. What we'll do is we'll really put together a customized approach for your particular business. And now, of course, whether you're up in Maine or Oklahoma or Florida, you know, all over the country, depending on the soil types you have, the turf types, warm season, cool season, transition, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. We've got a total of about 20 different products that we'll put together in a program for you to get the most success. That doesn't mean that you'll use 20 different products, but we've developed roughly 20 different products to choose from. And we have this slide up here because we like to talk a little bit about the cost associated with it, because most people think that organic lawn care is much more expensive than it really is. We've been able to bring the price down. You'll see on the right that premium program to somewhere in the neighborhood of roughly $2 per 1,000 square feet. Now that's a little bit more than what you're used to paying for, but man, it's a heck of a lot less than what, you know, first generation organics really is. We're not dealing with old you know, granular organic fertilizers that we just tried to, you know, put in as a product substitution. We've developed a line of products that are biologically active, liquid foliar concentrates that can really create really nice grass organically, and it really revolves around soil biology. We have up here what we call our Freedom program, and lots of different companies call that different things, but what we've seen is that many of our applicators have begun to introduce our organic products into their traditional program because they work just as well. In fact, sometimes they work even better, and they're right on par with the price of what they're used to paying when they walk into John Deere. So we call it the Freedom Program because, you know, it will help you build a program that's kind of going to revolve around your needs and what you need to do. So Freedom Program has a couple of different products that may have some urea in it, maybe not completely organic, but again, it's all, for instance, that 2000 is a biologically enhanced urea. It's an awesome product. We're all about building soil biology. So I could spend forever on this part, and I'm not going to because we've got lots to cover. We can discuss products and programs a little bit further down the line. One of the big things about joining the network is differentiation. You are in an industry that is hyper-competitive. You've got new companies popping up all the time. And the question is, how do you rapidly grow and you set yourself a business apart if you offer the same services as everyone else? And we all know for a fact that in the fertilizer business, what's in the back of the True Green truck is the same as what's in the back of the Lawn Doctor truck that's in the back of the lawn dog truck. Most lawn care service companies use the same exact product. So how do you set yourself aside? How do you become different? If you're going to be successful, you have to be different. And the purple cow is something that we've kind of borrowed from Seth Godin, who's a marketing guy. And that if you were driving down the road and you saw a bunch of cows on the side of the road, you wouldn't think much about it. But if you saw a purple cow, it would stand out. You'd talk about it. You'd say to your friends later that day, hey, I saw a purple cow on the side of the road. So what we're trying to do is help you become different in a very crowded market. Differentiating yourself is very important. You've got to be able to stand out among your competition, and your customers want to be able to take notice of that. You want to be the trendsetter. We want you to be the purple cow. What do you get when you become a member of the BeeSafe Applicator Network? Man, you get a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna run through some of that stuff right now. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it because I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I know you guys are busy. So when you join the BeeSafe network, you get access to all the BeeSafe organic proprietary products. We do not sell our products to anywhere else in the entire country. We don't sell them to anybody who isn't a member of the network. We know we've got a very special product line. It's very different than anything you've ever used before, and we want to keep it close to the vest. Only BeeSafe applicators are able to use the products that we've developed. You get a protected territory. You're going to differentiate yourself. You're going to stand out, and you're going to be the only one in that particular territory offering the BeeSafe program. So that's one of the things you get is the ability to be the only BeeSafe applicator in a given area. We've got a marketing kickstart package that we'll talk about in a little bit. You have to be able to grow your business, and we want to work with companies that are looking to do that. Marketing materials, collateral, all the BeeSafe branded material that's going to help you stand out. We're going to build a website for you that's going to help you make sales right from it by using the My Lawn Quote pricing tool. It's an automatic sales generating process that we think is going to help you grow your business, and we're going to implement that right into the website. Part of joining the network, you get in an iPad with all that stuff loaded up on it, and we want you to come to training to the Organic Lawn Care Institute. It's a 3-day training that we do here in Manchester, New Hampshire. We have a real good time, and it's definitely something that everybody talks about as being a great part of the process. So that protected territory, you're going to be able to protect up to 125,000 owner-occupied households, or for a bigger territory, it could be up to 250,000 owner-occupied households. We took a poll of all of our existing BeeSafe applicators, and the number one reason they joined the network was because they were able to kind of get into that unique niche in their own protected territory. They're different. They're able to stand out and be the only company offering this type of service in that given area. What's the marketing kickstart package? You get a personal one-on marketing makeover with our good friend Andrew over at Lawn Care Marketing Expert. You guys have obviously heard of Lawn Care Marketing Expert. They are the leading marketing firm in the lawn and landscape industry, and they are making some serious waves in helping lawn and landscape companies get involved with modern marketing. You no longer put an ad in the yellow pages and your phone rings. And Andrew's going to help you develop a marketing plan. He's going to learn how you can implement. He's going to help you learn how to implement a marketing plan every single month. He's going to train you how to position and sell recurring services. You're going to get a credit with Andrew for real money that you're going to be able to spend with him on some of the things that he can do for you. $1,000 credit, which is really, really helpful. He's going to do weekly lawn care marketing tip videos that's going to help you really, really get involved with some of the things he's going to teach you. And he's doing a 7-part video training series that focuses on the marketing fundamentals on the screen, and I don't want to go too much into it right now, but you can see them. We think marketing is a huge part of the success of the BeeSafe network. We spend a ton of time talking about it and helping you grow your business with real-life ways to do it. It's not just fluff. We're talking about real-life ways for you to be able to add customers to your business. Marketing materials, it's a big deal because you need the collateral, you need the estimate forms, you need brochures, door hangers, all that kind of cool stuff. And all of our applicators use the BeeSafe branding in a little bit of a different way, but we're going to we work with a company that does all of this for you. They're going to be able to put all of your information, the name of your company, your address, your contact information right onto this paperwork. The branding part of the network is huge. Okay, so many of our businesses use the branding in lots of different ways, but the goal is to develop a national brand, again, that's going to compete with those bigger companies. We know consumers trust bigger brands, especially when it comes to lawn care. And here's a cool picture of Dave Malefsky's truck. He owns Go Green Landscaping up in Scarborough, Maine. This is at Hadlock Stadium. He's got his truck with the bee on there right out on the outfield. So lots of our guys have done truck wraps. We've got a company that's done billboards, postcards, brochures, the website, flyers, door hangers, trade shows. The branding is a huge part of what we do. We want you to stand out. We want you to be different. Talked about the website. We're going to build a professional website for you that's search engine optimized. It's got a lead capture tool on it. It's got the My Lawn Quote program built right into it. You're going to be able to accept payments right through it. It's a pretty good deal. The website is an important part of what we're doing. My Lawn Quote is a program that we help develop that offers you the ability to automate your marketing and sales process. It works with satellite measurement. So when a customer calls you or submits a request for estimate, you can measure their property using satellites, and just by clicking a couple of buttons, you can have an estimate in their hand, hopefully while you still have them on the phone, and your closing rates are going to go way up. Another cool thing is people are going to be able to do their own estimates by just putting what we call a widget on your website. People can literally, or consumers can literally put their address into this, press a couple of buttons, measure their lawn, and have an estimate generated based on your program and pricing information sent to them right away. We're all about helping the sales process become more streamlined. The lawn and landscape industry is certainly a little bit old school with trying to deal with customer growth, and we know that if you make that process more streamlined, we take some of the steps out, you're going to make more sales, and it's not going to cost as much to do it. The Organic Lawn Care Institute, that's training. What we do is we have you come to Manchester, New Hampshire, where we do a three-day training program. And just to let you know, the Organic Lawn Care Institute isn't just a thing where we run a couple of classes. It's a licensed school. Career school in the state of New Hampshire. We've gone through the entire process and been approved as a post-secondary vocational school within the state of New Hampshire. So this is a big deal. We have some guest speakers come in. Chip Osborne does one full day. If you don't know Chip, he is the leading educator in the organic lawn care field across the country. We have an awesome time at training. I think if you talk to any existing dealers, they'll tell you that it is certainly worth the trip up to Manchester, New Hampshire. So obviously there's an investment to get involved with the BeeSafe network. That first territory of up to 125,000 households, it's $14,900. If you want a bigger territory, and we have to get you approved by upper management, we call it executive approval, by our CEO, just to make sure that you are the right company that we want to do business with. To take up that much of a household count, 250,000 households, that's $19,900. And most of that fee gets given right back to you. And a lot of the things that we just talked about, the products and the programs, the protected territory, the marketing kickstart package, all of the marketing materials, the branding, the website, the My Lawn Quote, the iPad, the training, all that stuff is basically what you get for that fee. We've got a couple different ways for you to pay for that too, and you should talk to your dealer advisor, and they can come up with a creative and most efficient way for you to pay that dealer fee. So the next steps in the process here is that we're going to want to get you out some information. We'll send you out a more detailed sort of proposal with some of the things that we talked about today. We're going to set you up with what we call our due diligence website. Our due diligence website is a password-protected website with all all of our product information, all of our pricing information, a bunch of videos, all kinds of product, spec sheets, white papers, everything. Lots of cool stuff on there that you're going to want to read. We call it the due diligence site because obviously you're going to want to do some due diligence before you get involved with the BeeSafe network. And that's it. Hopefully I was able to do that relatively quickly. And I always like to end these sessions with a quote from somebody who I've looked up to a little bit over the last couple of years. There's a guy named Drew Houston who's the CEO of Dropbox. And Dropbox is one of those cloud computing storage companies. And he, at his 2013 commencement speech at MIT, said that he was going to say to work on something that you love, but that's not really it. He said, when I think about the happiest and most successful people I know, they don't just love what they do, they're obsessed with solving something that matters to them. And I think that's a really important quote for you and for me. If you're taking a look at doing something a little bit different, a little bit out of the comfort zone, a little bit out of an industry that's remained somewhat stagnant and not necessarily changeable, you have a chance to do something good. If you've made your living in the lawn and landscape business, you've worked really, really hard, you're very successful, and now you have a chance to do something a little bit differently. We know that there's a concern about chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and we certainly aren't anti-pesticide zealots. We certainly aren't anti-chemical fertilizer zealots. We just know there's a different way. We know there's a better way. And if you're in a position where you can do something a little bit different and change something that's going to help, the world in general, what's wrong with that? So I think it's important to think that you're able to do something good, doing well by doing good. So listen, guys, thanks for spending a couple minutes with me today. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you again soon. And if you have any other questions, please don't ever hesitate to give us a call.